card, man. It's that game that you play, but you don't want to say that it's every day. But don't worry, cause you don't have to think. And don't worry, cause I won't suggest rank. But it's time for a change, cause if not it's the same. Your collection is lame and it's destroying your game. But don't worry, cause I got the fix. And don't worry, cause this ain't a trick. Good games cheap, that's your only choice. And good games cheap via from my voice. So sit down and plug in. Wally gonna show you how to win. So sit down and plug in, cause Wally gonna show you how to win.
Spontaneity is something that we gamers often crave but find hard to achieve. With expenses, download times, and trips to a local gaming store, it is difficult to get the instant gratification that one is looking for. That is, unless you look at Flash games. Flash games are web browser games that can be instantly played with no download times. Users are granted access to a multitude of games at the cost of nothing. In fact, the only thing that a gamer needs to access this endless world of games is internet access and a device that is Flash enabled. While Flash games can host great gaming experiences, there are also those that are less fulfilling. With thousands of new Flash games being added on the internet every day, it becomes increasingly difficult to filter through the trash to find the hidden gems that remain out there. That is why I've decided to periodically use this show to showcase some of the best Flash games that exist on the web. Our first title is one that is considered a Flash game classic, Endgame. The combination of platforming, insane difficulty, and of course ninjas is a recipe for instant success. The goal of the game is simple: unlock the door and then proceed to get to the door. And while this premise of the game might be a cinch, this game is anything but. As you progress through the game, seamless, endless supply of levels, the game's difficulty ramps up quickly. Each new level gives birth to new challenges, such as more locks, robots with laser eyes, and heat-seeking missiles, just to name a few. In fact, this game is so difficult that you may question if you are indeed a masochist, because it is the insane level of Nintendo hard difficulty that makes this game so appealing in the first place. The sad truth is that the turn-based RPG is almost all but dead. The industry has turned its gaze on greener pastures, leaving us old, nostalgia-seeking gamers in the dust. But fear not, my fellow Black Magic users. Epic Battle Fantasy is here to revitalize your old glory gaming days. Playing Epic Battle Fantasy, one cannot help but notice that the game style pays homage to some of the old greats, such as Final Fantasy. The game performs beautifully in its simplicity. You simply begin the game and start slaying foes left and right. As you progress through the game, the difficulty of the foes increase, stressing the importance of a basic understanding of turn-based strategies. My only problem with the game is that it is an hour-long title and has no save function. Therefore, one is either required to play through the whole thing or leave it up active on their desktop. But if you're anything like me, you will find yourself at the end of this journey before you even know what happened. Next, we have a game that is ironically the most simplistic, yet it harbors the most complicated name. Cricam Ertos, no idea if I said that correctly, is a game that revels in its simplicity. The object of the game appears to be rather bland. All one is required to do is catch the crumpled paper ball and then throw it in the wastebasket. Each time you succeed in making a shot, a third man will mysteriously appear to move the basket and then vanish. Making consecutive shots will give the player more points, allowing them to rack up higher and higher scores. Making shots will also push the timer back, allowing players to play longer and ultimately take more shots. I understand that this all seems rather underwhelming, but Cricam Ertos highlights one of the greatest aspects of Flash games. Games, especially Flash games, do not always need to be fancy or complicated to be enjoyable. Sure, this game is crazy simplistic, but it is also crazy fun, and also surprisingly addictive. All I can say is when you're playing it, don't say I didn't warn you. That, unfortunately, is going to do it for us this week of Waste Not with Wally. I know I only covered a brief fraction of what is out there in terms of Flash games. The truth is that there are thousands, possibly millions of Flash games on the web. I will do my best to highlight the most deserving Flash games in the future, but to accurately survey the entirety of the internet in search of these games is an impossible task, even for myself. That is why I'm asking for your help as well. If you know of a great Flash game that is underappreciated, feel free to leave note of it in the comments below. Any games that are brought to my attention and used in the show will be accurately accredited to the person who provided the information. My friend 8ball has already informed me of a great game called Scuba, which will be highlighted in the next Flash game episode. So please feel free to leave us your favorite Flash games. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video or found that picture of myself to be extremely sexy, and who are we kidding, we all did, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.